Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Absolutely amazing. I loved every Syrian I met in Saudi Arabia. Loved them. Just totally. And they're not rich people in Saudi, mind you. They're like, they're kind of the poorer class, the poor Arabs, whatever they do. They work in like a lot of them will work in restaurants and barbershops and whatnot. You know what I mean? Some of them become teachers or whatever, right? But they're just so nice. Like even when I was in Yemen, I liked Yemen more than I liked any other place I've ever been to. I've been to several different countries. Okay, out of all the countries I've been to, my favorite countries I've ever been to were probably Yemen number one, Kenya number two, and then or maybe Trinidad number two and Kenya number three, right? But Yemen is the poorest country I've ever been to, right? And I love Saudi too. Don't get me wrong. I lived in Saudi for 9 years. I love Saudi, right? Absolutely. I love the people. I love the food. Saudi is just like it's a place for families. Yeah, I really, really like Saudi, right? But as as much as I like Saudi, I like Yemen more, even though it's like dirt poor. And the reason why I felt that way is because those people, as poor as they're so poor. Okay, they are some of the most. You can't imagine how content these people are. Like you can't even describe it. Anybody who's been in Yemen can tell you. They can tell you about the people of Yemen. Okay. So content, like so happy with life, and you know what I mean? And like if you go to Yemen, you'll see people that are so poor, right? He's eating food in a small bowl, right? He's eating a food in a small bowl. And that might be the only meal he's having for the day. Right? And he's telling you, because you are a foreigner, he's telling you to fadl mana. He doesn't even see that you're black. Okay. He don't see it. Right? I never witnessed racism in Yemen. Okay. I seen it in Saudi sometimes, but never in Yemen. Not one time. Okay. He's not looking at you as a black person. He's just looking at you as a Muslim. He's not seeing that blackness. You get me? He's seeing you as a guest. That might be his only meal for the day. He's telling you to follow me, let me come here and eat with me. And he's not joking. He's dead serious. He wants you to share with this only meal you might be having for the entire day. He's dead serious. You can't buy that type of contentment, because they carry, most Yemenis anyways, they will carry the religion as stamps on their hearts. You know what I mean? Like they even though they're different madhahib and whatever, they have a certain respect for Islam, all of them, right? Even the Zaydis there. When I was in Sana'a, when the time for Salah came, you just pray in the masjid. You don't know if you're going to a Shia masjid or a Sunni masjid. You're just praying. The only times you can tell is because the Shia masjids, they have this type of, it's like a pool, a haud, like a type of pool, right? Where you walk into this pool to wash your feet. But it's kind of gross, but hey, they got it, right? I didn't like, but that's the only way you could tell, right? But the adhan is the same. The prayer, if you're going to pray, you can't tell. You really can't tell, and nobody really cares anyways because they go in to pray. You know what I mean? And the biggest nuisance, and anybody who's been to Yemen can tell you, the biggest nuisance with the Yemenis, the biggest nuisance is khat. Ask anybody about khat. Okay, khat is like I think it's like in English they call it maybe horny goat weed or something. I don't know what it is, right? But it's a type of plant, right, that they chew like tobacco, and it's like a stimulant. You get me? Right? And it's disgusting. It's really gross, right? It's really, really disgusting. It ruins their teeth, right? It makes their teeth all yellow and black and all kind of stuff, and but they chew that day and night. You know what I mean? That's like the biggest nuisance. But other than that, like, whew, man, these people they were just really, really good people, really, just hospitable and content and nice, and never like you can't imagine it like over here. People just very happy to help you. You know what I mean? Of course, you have everyone, because they're poor people that try to get some money out of you and everything, but you can be patient with that. You know what I mean? Right over here now, we got folks coming into our chat trying to rile us up. That's what it is over here, family. You know what I mean? The Yemenis come over here, they talking about we voting for Donald Trump. It's just different people, man. Totally different people. They come over here, and the West changes them. Really, wealth and the dunya, it changes you. You get me? Or what it does, I can't say really it changes you. What it does when you get wealth, when you get money, what it does is that you are more likely to monetize the bad habits that you have. You're more likely to monetize that because it fits more with stimulating your euphoria, right? So you get more involved into things that Allah hates, like racism. Like you're very quick to accept white supremacy because you want to get in good with Zaddy. You want that money. You get me? And the ruling class right now is Zaddy, but they're not going to be the ruling class for much longer. Pretty soon, they're going to lose everything. And the Muslim is the one who is at position best to pick up the pieces when that happens. But as it stands now, when you have Muslims signing off on white supremacy, it will never happen because they are backing a sinking ship. White supremacy is on its way out. This is why you see all of these governments basically becoming fascist now, becoming far right. You know what's happening in Canada right now as we speak? Since Donald Trump did all his madness in 1 month, there's been a massive shift in the polls here in Canada. Massive shift. Now, we were saying that, the political party that will win is the Progressive Conservative. They're like the Conservative Party over here, right? That might not be the big case anymore because the Paul Poilievre, he's just a carbon copy of Trump, and the Canadians are seeing what's happening. They don't want that. They're basically signaling they don't want to deal with this white supremacy.
No, I got it.
You know what I'm saying? So I go, Abdullah. Abdullah, can you hear me? I think Abdullah's camera got COVID, man. Right? We're gonna wait for Abdullah, right? I'll put the link in the chat if somebody else want to hop in here.
No, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, all right. What you got for us, Sheikh?
Assalamu alaikum, brother. You and everybody who is on the chat listening, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, let me just play devil's advocate a little bit and flip the coin. Let's say right now we are playing like, Monday quarterback. You know what I mean? Let's say like, even these Arabs or like, these Michiganders or these Muslims, they even put their own interest because they live here with amongst us. Now it's really affecting them, what Trump is doing, aside from even Palestine. You know what I mean? So they even put their own interest above everything else and believe this devil, right? And it's not like you said earlier, this one is not the first time we ever saw. But if you look in a way, all throughout our history, how many years have the one so-called Democrats have been lying to us as black people in this country? All our lives. I mean, we never had one single president who was honest about anything he run. Correct? Or am I wrong?
Yep.
So it happened to us, and it just happened to them. So we tell them, welcome home. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? You just latecomers, and you're just figuring out the game. This goes first defeat to you. Just make sure you don't continue through this path, and find out what you really need to do. Because if there was a Democrat or Kamala Harris or like anybody else, or even like her running mate from Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz, even end up in there, they would have continued the same history that they have done it before. They don't even understand the state of Israel was created by the United States, and they just doing the purpose and the responsibilities that they were created for. And right now, you mentioned like the devil said is meeting with Netanyahu over there and the Arabs. What do you think Arabs are going to say right now? I am sure they're going to agree with him, not knowing that tomorrow Netanyahu, when he takes over Palestine and Gaza, he's not going to stop over there. He's going to say, where is the next, to invade next? He will never stop. This guy started with Saddam Hussein. He wants to take out any Muslim nation.
Paper gold. You see, black folks are chumps. If America were to tell you to bring all the rocks in this country to her, and she'll give you $1 million for it, you'll do it. And the next day she'll tell you we're using rocks for currencies, chump.